The only reason why Bitcoin is rising rapidly is because the supply shock is here. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you are, whenever you are. Thank you for watching my videos. My name is DaVinci Jeremy. I'm in the pipe 5x5 here in Dubai. Hope you're doing well. Hope you're profiting in this crypto bull market. Yes, it will go on for quite some time, but not forever. And we need to talk about that and how, wow, the supply shock will continue for a while until, it gets to a high enough price. What a price will be, we'll talk about that in today's episode. And we're going to try to trade it all the way up to that price. And if you're interested in trading, make sure you head over to levex.davincej15.com or bybit.davincej15.com. Links are in the description below. I don't know if you know this, but the MiCA rules are coming in. That means that as a European, there's no such thing as crypto for you unless you provide all the information about every single wallet you own, wherever you own it. And if you transfer it to somebody, you better let the government know that you're transferring it to somebody that they know who they are. So just, if you follow those rules, you can do that. Or you can get ID for somewhere else, right? And then you skip all that, right? Pretty simple, right? Okay. So if you don't want the European Union to notify them every single step you decide to buy org, sell org, or whatever, right? Make sure you got that ID at rns.davincej15.com. If you don't get it as a European citizen, you're an idiot, right? You're going to have a harder life. It's designed, the whole regulation thing is designed to make your life harder and to make another corporation's life easier, so that they're the only way to compete, right, is if you follow some archaic nonsense rules, right? And it was probably created by Coinbase. I wouldn't be surprised by that. Anyways, I digress. Waffles, right? Looks like it's ready to rumble, right? Wow, it's not as wow as I'd like it to be, but don't worry. I'll come back. PayPay, boom. Whoa, damn. I thought we were up here just a few minutes ago, and now we've come back a little bit, but that's okay. PayPay will rise. Don't worry. You're missing out if you don't hold on to your PayPay. Medieval empires. Damn, G. I was expecting a little bit of a retrace here, but man, if this continues, right? This depends on how this continues, of course, right? We are creating a what's it called? Upward channel, right? That could translate into a breakout. Let's see here. Yeah, look at that. Let's see how that plays out over the next little while. Boom. Okay, this is news that we're going to be covering for today. Peter BRANDT, Bitcoin to gold ratio hits a bullish inflection point. Yeah, exactly. This is pretty good. Cool. Bitcoin had a brief hiccup 2 days, Monday and Tuesday, against the backdrop of a roaring month-long bull rally for cryptocurrencies. Yeah, but that was just a hiccup, and now we are back. And look at this thing. I wish I looked at this, right? Because gold is also a monetary asset, and so is Bitcoin now. There's no disputing that, and so let's continue here. You can see that we are outpacing gold, and we're breaking out against gold, right? So that means it's against a real monetary asset, it is doing better than expected. And we can see on the chart here that we should basically, you know what, I'm going to chart this in the next, once we get to the TA, and we're going to see where this thing is going to go, priced in gold in the next little while. So we can see that I can probably guesstimate, let's see here, oof, wow. Crazy. I'm going to guesstimate around 100, about 100 ounces, 110 ounces per Bitcoin. Jesus. Well, let's see if that estimate is correct with my TA in the next little section. Okay, 2025 demand shock will spike Bitcoin price. Okay, institutional capital flow are already exerting a multiplier effect on Bitcoin spot price, with every $1 billion worth of net inflows into spot exchange traded funds driving an approximate 3 to 6% price move. Damn, because there's no Bitcoin. And you know what? The beauty of it is that I'm making sure that there's even less. Michael Saylor's making sure there's even less. Once we buy and the prices go down, I'm not selling. Why? You're crazy, man. You're crazy. I'm crazy to accept these things that get printed out of nothing for an asset that is fixed in supply. Right. I have to wonder, who's the crazy one? Just wondering. All right, moving on. All right, BTC dominance. If the dominance rejects off of this alt, will rally begin to accelerate? Well, yes, it's already started. I think even it has already broken through like some support areas, but we'll look at that in the later TA section. But let's continue on. Crypto markets add 200 billion daily as Bitcoin soars past 100K recovery market watch. Jesus. Oh, 200 billion. Damn, that's a lot of money, man. After a few days of price losses, Bitcoin has finally gone on a tear and soared past 100K again to even tapped $102,000 for the first time since Friday. Altcoins also have seen the green with massive double-digit gains from the likes of Aave, Hype, Sui, Link, Beam, and many others. Ooh, damn, G. Hope you're holding on to some crypto, man, because this is the place to be. All right, so let's take a look at some TA before we do. Let's make sure you head over to bybit.davincij15.com. If you are in the European Union, do not do that. Do not go to bybit.davincij15.com unless you have Palau ID, right? Don't do that. Just don't, right? Because you will have to apply for draconian rules. I suggest you get a VPN and learn how to use a VPN, because the future, here's the thing. No one in your government wants you to be rich. If you are rich, they can't control you. Once again, if you are rich, they can't control you. I'm going to say that again, because a person that I know, right, who's poor, right, their house got broken in by the government, right, and was told to leave. 450 people, right? This is hearsay, so you're going to have to accept it as that, right? This is because they were poor. You cannot afford to be poor, or else they will control you. If you don't get some Bitcoin and deal with that and learn that the government will just try to keep you poor so they can control you, well, that's your fault, right? Once they do control you and you have no choices, that's your fault. All right, so anyways, I have to continue on. It's been 10 minutes here and I love to blather on, but if we hold below the 57%, a breakdown is assured. I think that's the case. And then once we break here, the 52%, but I wouldn't wait for that, then there's no chance of coming back, but I wouldn't wait for that. I think you should position yourself in the altcoins. Okay, let's quickly look at Bitcoin, see if we can find a trade. This is the weekly, so just go down to the 4 hour. 4 hour you know what? This looks stagnant. Honestly, I would be careful here. I would wait for a big drop to get into a Bitcoin. long position would not go for a short here either, because it is pretty scary to do so. You could end up on the wrong side of the bet. But if you have to get into a short, because I know we were a little bit overextended and we could pull back from here for a little bit, go sideways exactly, because it's just, that's how markets need to consolidate. That's just how it is. And so we could consolidate, we could have a dip down at any moment here. And if you want to jump into a short because of that dip down, this would be a good point to do it. But keep in mind, because of the volatility, right, we could get stopped out, and you have to accept that. If you can't accept that, do not jump into the short. Well, let me repeat, right? If you cannot accept a loss here, right, which will take us below here, which I wouldn't do. This is not a good one. Actually, I'm going to say that this short is not a good one. So I would move the entry. Let's see here. Let's just go with Fibonacci retracement here from of this move here, because we just jumped down. Actually, you know what? I know how they play. They're going to go after this liquidity. So let's go after that and go with this particular short here all the way to just a little bit higher than that. And 2-to-1 risk to reward ratio. You want to stay inside the range, right? You don't want to be outside the range here. And so this will give you, let's just say if the market was to continue in an upward trend here, it would stay within the trend, the upward trend here. So you would be able to short all the way to the upward trend. And if you want, you could keep the short open, but I wouldn't suggest you do that in a bull market, right? So for those who are brave, that's what the trade is. Most of you should just avoid that trade altogether, and then look for an entry below this, in this area, basically somewhere down here. You're looking for, and then you're going to buy all the way down, right? Up to here. You're going to hold this, right? You know what? You should just keep buying, right? Because there's no way that this thing is going to destroy. So basically, you're going to have to like leave some room, right? So you're going to put in 2% of your total portfolio here and buy all the way up to 5% all the way down, right? That's it. Okay, well, I'm going to end it here because, you know, I've been blathering on to it for quite some time, and it's been over 10 minutes, and I'm trying to short down my videos. So thank you guys for watching, and I appreciate you guys, and we'll see you guys on Monday. Cheers.